Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another apparently huge gameplay patch coming to the game. Recently, EA did a live tuning update to try to counter the constant pressure or pressure tactics in general, which for the most part didn't really do much, right? Because stamina drain is a hot fix for something that isn't purely based off of stamina draining, right? Like, you have to understand that your attacking AI becomes broken and your players just become significantly worse because of the whole composure and pressure tactic situation, right? Players can basically use these pressure tactics for the entirety of a game, and they don't care about their players being on zero stamina because the players do not perform horribly enough. And again, like I said, with attacking AI not moving properly during it, it's just a whole chalked system in general, right? So very curious to see if they've done anything with that. I've heard certain things being done in this gameplay patch because it was leaked, I would say, a week or so ago that they were going to make some adjustments, right? So let's take a look at a few of these things, right? So FIFA Ultimate Team made the following changes: added a win-loss counter in the Foot Champions hub that tracks performance for the current playoffs and finals competitions. Okay, not okay. Updated some UI elements in the Foot Store and added labels for most popular and best value FIFA point bundles. I'm sure you did. Address the following issues. Controller and camera settings could incorrectly reset to default after staying in the menus for an extended period of time. This happens on my review account all the time. You guys know that I literally switch my settings, go back, do the editing, come back, and it's like reset again. So finally, they're fixing that. Some foot moments challenges were not tracking correctly. Not familiar with that. Don't really do foot moment stuff too much. Walkout animations did not always play as intended when opening packs. The squad builder could sometimes place player items in unintended positions. Out of position concept player items did not display chemistry information. Address stability issues that could occur in foot moments and in objectives. Public co-op squads did not always display correct chemistry information. This was a visual issue only. How big is this gameplay one? Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot. Holy. Okay. That's a lot, dude. Made the following changes: reduce accuracy of outside the foot shots by up to 30%. Players with the outside foot shot trait are also impacted by this change, but only by up to 10%. Okay. I hope you guys are still okay with doing it inside the 18-yard box, because 1v1 finishing is a good thing, okay, EA? So if they're still okay from inside the 18, then I don't mind. Because inside the 18 it was okay. It was outside that they're obviously crazy overpowered. So that's a really big change. A 10% difference for the outside foot shot outside of the 18-yard box? Huh. That's not terrible. People are definitely going to want that trait like crazy now. Yeah. You format your game to be fully meta EA, so people are really going to go for those cards now. Improved target selection for logic for semi-assisted through passes. Semi-assisted through passes are now less likely to be underpowered and less likely to go to the defender's feet. Okay. That one, I'm always really weirded out by the passes, because they actually have a setting in the game that avoids defenders for certain passes, like the regular passes. That setting is so weird, because if someone reads your play, it avoids the player anyways. That's always been a super weird setting to me in FIFA. But yeah, the semi-assisted ones, we could try that out. I'm pretty sure my settings were supposed to be on semi, but they always got reset, so increased consistency of the ball roll skill move in first time situations. Thank you. That literally never worked. EA, not just your ball roll, the fake shots. You guys don't know, you don't register fake shots sometimes. I'll literally take a touch, fake shot, he kicks the ball out of play. Okay, just letting you know. Decreased input sensitivity when requesting a knock-on. Good. A knock-on what, EA? Because you guys do, okay. A knock-on is what? Is it the right stick flick, or is it the R trigger acceleration touch? Or decrease input sensitivity when requesting a knock-on. You guys have another thing with defenders that this command actually is not supposed to work the way that it does. It's when you are switching with your right stick and your players push the ball with the right stick. That command is actually not possible to do, but your game registers it. in like they'll push the ball far from you using the right stick to switch players, you know? Just letting you know of that too, because that's like a big one. Adjust the following issues. Players could skip power shot animations by quickly requesting a power shot during other shooting animations. When using goalkeeper movements, keepers could have been repositioned too quickly during corners. Okay, yeah, I saw that sometimes. In some cases, players could incorrectly slow down when attempting to dribble with the ball. That happens a few times. That's a pretty big one, actually. When playing as a goalkeeper, auto-positioning did not return the keeper to the appropriate location if it was requested after requesting to pick up the ball or manually rushing forward. Players could turn with an unintended amount of speed when using the directional nutmeg skill move. Okay. After making a tackle, the ball could sometimes be knocked away further than intended. That's a good one. When attempting to shield at a high speed, a player can run over the ball when attempting to dribble with it. When attempting to shield at a high speed, a player can run over the ball when attempting to dribble with it. Okay. During penalty kicks, the goalkeepers could sometimes start a potential save animation towards one direction, then switch to a different direction unprompted. I've literally dropped my controller on the table and they still dive to a certain direction, which is super weird, by the way. In some situations, goalkeepers under pressure attempted and failed to catch the ball inside of the box instead of punching it when it would be more appropriate. Goalkeepers under pressure attempted and failed to catch the ball. Oh, failed to catch the ball. Okay. Some jostling animations did not display correctly. Improved assistant referee decision making when determining potential offside situations following a physical challenge. Okay. Some goalkeeper animations did not play correctly when attempting to dive at a ball carrier's feet. Some goalkeeper animations did not play correctly. Oh, good. Because I wonder if that's the thing where they're just statues. Like, you know, when you go for like a chip shot or something, they have no animation. They just kind of go like this. I wonder if they adjusted that. That's interesting. Yeah, that one's a really interesting one. I already lost where I'm at. I did not play correctly when attempting to dive at a ball carrier's feet. So that means you guys actually might make your chip shots good. Because that's a really inconsistent thing in this game. In some situations, when playing as a goalkeeper, the keeper did not attempt to make a save when they should have. Adjusting some incorrect contextual actions when using the one-button controller settings preset. In some rare situations, a player could incorrectly fail to control the ball when receiving a pass. In some cases, a player's legs did not animate correctly when jumping. This was a visual issue only. When turning with the ball carrier's legs did not always animate correctly. This is a visual issue only. Improved referee logic when determining red call calls in breakaway situations. That's pretty good, because sometimes they get yellow cards, and I'm like, I don't know about that. When requesting a power shot in some situations where the ball could be volleyed, the power shot would not be performed. Didn't really notice that too much. I don't use a power shot that often, honestly. In situations where the ball carrier is running with the ball ahead of them, when requesting a tackle, the defender could try to take control of the ball with a dribble instead of a tackle. That happens all the time. Improved referee logic when determining foul calls following risky challenges. Some slide tackle animations did not display correctly. Visual issue only. Improved referee logic when determining advantage versus penalty kick calls. Okay. The drag to drag skill move did not always animate correctly. This was a visual issue only. I think the drag to drag skill is a new one, and I hate that skill move so much. So. Before the game came out, I hated it. If it's the same one I'm thinking of, the one that we saw in the Boris video, like before the game came out. L1 flick forward back left stick in a direction to exit. That one. Increase the effectiveness of through passes made by CPU AI players. Oh, so is that more for like your target lock system? Oh, so target lock's probably going to be more effective then. Interesting. When a player was running backwards, they could sometimes animate incorrectly. This was a visual issue only and did not impact player speed or positioning. The goalkeeper could sometimes incorrectly fail to catch the ball when appropriate. A penalty kick was not always given in playable highlights when the ball carrier was fouled inside the box. Okay, so the main thing here is the outside foot shot traits. Or the outside foot shot in general. That is the main thing here. Some animation choices, 100%, is definitely going to be a big thing. Maybe being able to do a chip shot when you're close to the goalkeeper could definitely be a thing as well. Which can definitely be very interesting. Goalkeeper adjustments is the big one. Referee adjustments. Okay. FIFA World Cup addressed the following issues. FIFA World Cup 2022 quarterfinal knockout stage bracket was incorrectly generated. In some cases, players are not able to play online. An incorrect kit could display when choosing a kit for Brazil. And that's pretty much it, because career mode and stuff, you guys know I don't care about. What is this? Pro clubs. PC only, PC only, PC only. Oh my goodness. Reduce the default volume on DualSense wireless. Oh, that's already like, I don't even have that on. The points counter will not always display when they control the zone of the king of the hill. EA social is not accessible in some cases. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm surprised because I thought that the law pass was gonna be nerfed. Not like, because I heard that was one of the leaks. Semi-assisted through passes. Maybe it's that one. No. What I'm talking about is, like, you guys know that like meta thing that people do with their lengthy players where they make a run, they pass it to somebody else. Like they make a run, right? They wait to make a pass to the other player. They'll make that pass and then they'll do like an instant L1 R1 and then they'll like be like through on goal in certain situations. There were certain areas where it was like really overpowered. It's weird, right? Because when you have a playstyle where that's really effective, it promotes more park the bus playstyle because people want to avoid that type of goal as much as possible, right? The game's parked the bus already. Like, trust me, I played Foot Champs this weekend. It's already how it is. Yeah, the outside foot shot one is an interesting one because, to be fair, they were scored like an absurd amount of times. Like, it was really stupid, right? However, the situation with the outside foot shot and the outside shots in general is that defensive AI is crazy with park the bus. Like, that's the main thing here, right? So I'm curious to see how that's going to affect the general experience of the game. To be honest with you guys, like, I use the outside foot shot very few times. If you guys watch my Foot Champs highlights, I don't use it that often. I really don't. I think in a full Foot Champs, I have maybe, like this last weekend, I can tell you this right now, I think I only scored it 1 or 2 times. I know I scored one with Bernardo Silva. I don't even know, was that Foot Champs game? I think it was Foot Champs gameplay. I scored one with that new Bernardo Silva card. I think it was Foot Champs gameplay. And I think that's pretty much it for the rest of them. Like, I personally didn't really use it myself, but where it becomes more of a problem is that in the higher divisions in FIFA, right, rat divisions, it's park the bus counter all the time, right? It's just straight park the bus counter most of the time. It's not all the time. Sometimes you face people that are actually very solid at, like, football FIFA, you know? Not people that just are brainless and just abuse game mechanics the entire game to win matches, right? That, like, they're not even experiencing anything just to play. You guys know how I feel about that. But yeah, the outside foot shot, that one is the most interesting one for sure. 100%. Yeah. These, when they get announced, they usually come out, I would say, like 3-4 days from now. So I think it's, or maybe it might be next week. It would be nice if they added this in, like, on a Wednesday or Thursday. It's not going to drastically change much for me personally because I don't use this outside foot shot that often. Like I said, I scored like 1 or 2 goals. And it's funny because I don't even attempt them that much. Like, I'll only do it for the review because even in the reviews, I even told people, I'm like, guys, I'm not going to try to do this goal that often because, like, it's probably going to get nerfed, you know? So if you have the trait, it's only 10%. If you don't have the trait, it's 30%. Okay. Okay. It's not like a huge difference, but we'll see what it's like in game. We'll see what it's like in game. A lot of these, yeah. Main concern here, I'm going to leave it at this, okay? I'm going to leave it at this. EA. I'm sure you guys watch the videos, right? I need to mention this. Your hotfix for stamina drain on pressure tactics, it essentially did nothing. If you told me that you added the patch or you didn't add the patch, it did nothing because that's what you still face all the time, okay? People, you have to figure out a way to make defending a skill in FIFA because it's not a skill right now, okay? And completely breaking a person's attacking AI and general experience where they have to use like dude, even if you use target lock, there's still, like, you can use target lock with a player, they'll still be marked. Like the you know what it is? Okay, I'll explain to you guys what it is, okay? When you are seeing what the general experience is on the pitch, it's just stupid. Even if you score against it, it's still stupid to play against. Like, you're looking at it and it just looks dumb. Space not being utilized. Nobody defends like this in real life. No one marks every single player. It's not possible. You know how much stamina you would not have if you did that the entire time to mark each individual person, and then when they controlled the ball, they didn't have any sort of support next to them. Like, It's just dumb. It's you doing this stamina drain and you adding this pressure tactic in the game where it marks every single player. That is your hotfix for a massive issue that's been in your game for a while. You know what's weird? Back in the day, you guys used to have a better system with just putting higher depth and then utilizing second man press in good areas. Like, that used to be your thing. Like, I remember back in the day when I used to play like FIFA 14, and I had a buddy of mine who doesn't play the FIFA that much nowadays, but he used to tell me during that time period, he's like, bro, your defending is insane, right? But it wasn't like overpowered defending. It was like just utilizing second man press and watching middle areas and actual runs properly. You eliminate that factor because you added a passing mechanic that avoids a player, right? Even if you're blocking the general vicinity, which is just weird. I've always disagreed with this, right? Because if you could see, especially with the cursor, you could see the cursor now, EA, but you made that weird for some reason, right? Some weird stuff. But yeah, your pressure tactic situation, EA, you guys got to do something about that, because, and I know it's not as easy as saying like take it out, because obviously if you do take it out, your depth and your second man press does not work like back in the day. So you would have to actually adjust 3 or 4 different things for the pressure tactic to no longer be a thing, which is, I mean, it's a huge stepping stone that you guys have to do, but it's garbage to play against. It's garbage to play against. It's garbage to use. You know, don't think a stamina drain is gonna really influence your general experience. It's almost like the same thing right now. Stamina drain, but the players don't perform horribly enough. They just don't. They don't perform horribly enough. And even if you made them perform horribly enough, they still break the attacking AI and every person's marked. You know what I'm saying? So it's a weird situation. Definitely a weird situation. But yeah, we'll see how this patch works out. I think the outside foot shot trait, honestly, it did need to be nerfed. It was kind of stupid. Let's be real. Like, when you see stupid things on a consistent basis, like, like every single player we're using is Quaresma? You know what I'm saying? Like, every single player? Please, man. Even Quaresma would never hit this many times in real life. The one year that I would be able to utilize, people always tell, you know what's really weird? People always tell me, oh, but you could have done it before. No, the animation choices is not the same thing, okay? Sure, if you hit the ball at a 45-degree angle and you aimed your thumbstick a certain way, your player would do an animation, but it would never be a looped animation the way that it is now. You would go for a finesse shot, but it would be lucky, right? If the finesse animation came off. People always told me this. They're like, oh, Inception, if you just go at a 45-degree... Yeah, guys, no. Come on. Ronaldo, if you just jump in the air a certain way, you'll score this header. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could tell a guy in Division 5 that, like, he's going to know. Like, you're going to see it. It's an outside foot shot animation. I'm talking about the looped ones. This is an actual choice now, right? Which is a really big difference. So, yeah, interesting situation. We'll see, because it's the park the bus stuff. Like, there's not too many defensive stuff. So the play style of kind of like pressing up against defenders with direct passing, that's still going to be... People need to understand that tactics would probably work very differently if park the bus wasn't such a prevalent way of playing this game, right? It wouldn't just be direct passing. Direct passing is a necessity to deal with park the bus because of the way that the players line up against the defenders, right? That's why the extra pass meta is such a big thing. Anyways, it looks like a positive change, but I'm going to see, because against the park, like I said, for me personally, you know, people are going to park the bus anyways. That's like the main concern with the pressure tactics and stuff. So, yeah. Guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.